That's not important.
Oh, but you want the intro music. Alrighty, so another week down, and what a painful week this was.
Yes, and windy.
Yes, today was incredibly windy.
And how about that tornado?
Yeah, we did have a tornado. My poor neighbors, they aren't Okies, and so it was a
That was us.
oh, that's right. So how was your first? Was this your first?
I had been through a few warnings as a kid because when I was younger, we lived in Minnesota, and so we didn't have a lot of them. But I remember a couple times we hid in our like little cellar area while the sirens were going off and stuff. And
okay,
I remember being pretty spooky back then. But my parents would always make it fun. Where like they'd have like the like MREs, like emergency foods. We're like, well, now's an emergency, so might as well eat them. So you'd have like the freeze dried like brownies or whatever. So I don't know, kind of interesting. Fair. But anyway, this time was a lot different because we heard the sirens go and we're like, it's happening.
Like, but you live on the whole other side of town.
I didn't know what was happening. Yeah, I know. It was like in our backyard, the sirens.
Yeah.
I don't know where they were coming from, but they were loud.
Well, yeah. So if a tornado hits the county,
we didn't know where it was.
Right. Like, but if it hits the county, they just alert the entire county.
That's what I'm saying, though, is we didn't know where it was, though. So we heard the sirens. We're like, we could get hit any second.
How do you not know where it's at?
We didn't know. We read the news reports, which were pretty wrong, by the way, if you ask me. Not that they can be.
They said there's going to be tornadoes, and there was tornadoes.
No, I watched. I looked. The scale for tornadoes was on a scale from nil to extreme, and they had it on limited, which is just above nil, which tells me.
But Bryce, I'm colorblind and understand those graphs.
No,
like
so if it's anything above nil. You're getting blown away is what's happening.
In Oklahoma, the higher the chance, the less chance it's going to be.
The higher, so the more certain they are,
the less it's going to happen.
So take what they say and reverse it.
100% opposite day. Man. 100%.
Okay. Well, all I know is we didn't expect something to happen. And all I know is the sirens start going off, which to me means batten down the hatches, you're about to get blown away.
I mean, that's what the government wants you to do.
Wizard of Oz,
but if you go on like News Channel 6 and you can be like, "Where's the funnel?" and they're like, "It's over here," and you're like, "Oh, that's like a mile away. We're good."
Well, I tried to. Eventually, I figured that out, and then we saw that it was like it was in Osage County.
Okay,
and then we're slowly. I think Billy McCall. Kind of making fun of me on Facebook because I was asking like, does anyone know anything on like one of the?
I saw that. That was real.
I was asking like, what's going on? Like, does anybody know? Like, does anybody know anything?
Oh, Instagram missed all of this. It didn't log in. So if you're joining from Instagram, Bryce is not from Oklahoma, and we are recapping how the tornado went for him.
Which is funny because I was actually born here. I was born in Tulsa. But,
that didn't count.
But I was here. We were here. I think we maybe lived here for like a year or two after I was born, and then knew nothing about it. And then somehow I ended up back here. But regardless.
So when you posted on Facebook, does anyone know like that was real?
I wanted to know what was happening. I couldn't find anything anywhere. And of course, we don't have like I don't pay for cable because that's a waste of money for me. But I was trying to look for anything like the news. Eventually, somebody posted a link to it on that same feed that I got made fun of for asking where the tornado is so I could know and be safe.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. But I mean, it was fine after a while. We figured out it was like, I think somebody said it at one point, it was like 20 minutes south of Oshaleta, which is where my in-laws are at. And then
you live over there. It was like 17 miles over there.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I mean, there was one that went like over here, kind of, but
and And then yeah, I saw that it went up through like up towards Nowata.
Yeah.
And
then
Barnsdall, I think it
like the funnel did. Like it didn't touch down. I don't think that one touched down at all. But so when you took shelter, what did you take shelter in?
Our laundry room.
Okay.
Like we have a small closet in the middle of our house that's like underneath our stairs, but I didn't know how well
that
structured that was.
That would have been the right place.
Yeah.
Where's the laundry room in like the house?
It's kind of in the corner of the house, but there's also like 3 sturdy like doorways over there.
So when you say corner, you mean exterior wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's brick.
Center of the house.
But it's brick.
Doesn't matter. Center of the house. You want to go to the center of the house.
Yeah, we probably just need a tornado shelter.
Yeah,
something.
So we bought ours out of Hausner in Drumright, so HAU, and it was great. They dropped it in.
Really?
Yeah, and
they're just that easy.
Yeah, they're concrete. They dig a hole and drop it in. Now, wasn't that easy for me because nothing can be easy. But
was it expensive?
I mean, it's a tornado shelter. Like you do it one time in your life.
Oh.
I mean, I'm on my third, but it's fine.
Where the other ones go, John?
We moved.
Oh.
It's just an essential. We lived in Moore, and
not the tornado moved you.
No, not that time.
Okay.
No,
not that time.
Good Lord. Yeah. So in general, so the Channel 6, they've got a really good app where you can kind of see. I use My Radar. It's a free app, and you can see the radar and the funnel and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
You can also
I can watch it come for me.
Yes, 100%.
Cool.
The other thing is, so in Washington County, we have Carrie Cox. And if you're not familiar, I need to meet.
That was one of the saving graces of the whole thing, because eventually I saw somebody share a post. I don't think
with the scanner app.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eventually I saw that, and then I was just glued to that page because they had like instant updates when stuff was happening.
Well, so if you'll get on like there's hundreds of free scanner apps. So they'll broadcast, because what happens is the EOC, the Emergency Operations Center, they put spotters out throughout the entire county on all paths of a potential storm. And you can hear where they're at and what they're seeing as they report back to Carrie. And then he kind of directs them of, whatever. And then based on the national weather alerts and I think like the National Storm Center and all that stuff, and what his spotters are seeing, they hit the tornado sirens or not. And then you can hear him recall everybody back going, okay, it's done for the night. So, but it is one of my favorite things about when storms come through is listening to Carrie on the radio, because it is this ballet. I mean, it's
a well-oiled machine.
He is, he's definitely one of the most knowledgeable that I've come around. And I think that he holds more like certifications than most in his role. I feel like it's actually like all, but I don't,
I remember we listened to him talk at that event we went to in downtown.
Yep.
That was good.
And so, but you hear him on the radio, and he is just that fighter pilot, like that cool and like coming in, dropping 2 bombs. We're good.
Yeah, it looks like we got a tornado moving about 45 miles an hour south.
Yes. Like he is. It is this just ballet of amazingness to listen to on the radio. And you know what's going on. And so I'm like, hey, Carrie's talking in a monotone. He's at a level 2 right now. We're good. He's at a level 4. Take shelter. Because but no, so while we're speaking of this, shout out to the EOC guys. I mean, there was, I even heard Oshaleta Fire went and they were doing like the aftermath, and then James with Kabbalah Consolidated, but he's also a deputy with Osage County. He went out and was doing some search and rescue at Barnsdall. So that's the other side of it, that it gets kind of crazy. If you listen to the scanner app after the tornadoes, the calls for service just skyrocket. I mean, the domestic abuse, the overdoses, all that stuff just skyrocket because everyone got trapped in for a bit and they lost their minds.
There's a tornado. I need to commit violence.
Yeah, it's a full moon. Like that's and so that's the other side that you have to realize that so disaster hit, and at one point they had to tell the ambulances like, hey, right now we're not doing any runs for service while this is going on. The second that they were released, the calls just went crazy. And
it was like the tornado was like an EF. Was it just an EF 1 or 2?
1.
So
yeah. It was minor,
lower on the scale of things, but obviously not to mitigate anybody's grief, but yeah.
So that's to me, it's always fascinating what you see in the immediate and how people were scared about that. And yet you still have men and women out there.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're out there, and they are out there for the rest of their shift. They don't get to be like tornado going home. It's like,
and then you have me hiding in my laundry room.
Yeah.
He's going to hold on to that dryer. Yeah. Hide inside the dryer.
So shout out to all the emergency workers that were out there working, Kerry Cox and his team and the spotters and all the, just huge shout out to everybody that kept folks safe. Those were some pretty big storms, and it was the first to roll through. And so, yeah. All right. So I've got it listed on all the apps under the title, but we've got a lot of events coming up. Yeah. So the first two things I want to talk about is we officially have our apparel in two different locations. Well, one and one upcoming. So in Tulsa, there is Okie Overland, and they do all sorts of stuff. So they do vehicle modifications. I mean, even from, I feel like, and you guys chime in at any point, please. But they, like if you're doing a lift kit or if you're doing any modifications to your vehicle, they're able to do that. They rooftop tents and gear to go camping. I mean, they have custom spices.
Dang.
And there's a couple different Overland apparel, like that if you're an overlander, not the brand, but they do also use some of the shop Overland apparel stuff, and now they have Project Tribute shirts over at their shop.
The best shirts in all the land.
The best shirts in all the land, other than Okie Overland shirts.
Yes.
Because they've got good shirts too.
Yes.
So Okie Overland, they've been incredible. Some guys that I met, I've met them, seen them several times, but we spent some time around them over at Okie Jeep Jam.
Yep, they were great.
They've got a great setup. They do lots of campouts. If you're wanting to get into the Overland scene, they are the incredibly knowledgeable and can get you connected, and they're just trying to really, they're passionate. One of the things I love about those two guys. So Kyle and Tate, they're the ones running the show. If you need any questions about rooftop tents or tents in general or camping gear or supplies, they're knowledgeable, and they're the guys. They're the guys. And they're easy to deal with too.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty particular about who I promote, and those guys they're top notch. So shout out to Okie Overland. And then there is this one's new, and it hasn't opened yet. So on the 8th, 9th, or 10th they open, and it's the Wild River Boutique.
Dang. Yep.
Did I say that right? Ooh, Boyd, if you're watching, yes, I can get that edited. So the Wild
River Boutique.
Yep. So the Wild River Boutique, it's over here on Tuxedo here in Bartlesville. It's in the shopping, that strip mall right off of Tuxedo and 75.
Yep.
And so I think it's consignment or basically different vendors can put their stuff in there. So we're going to have a rack in there with our shirts as well. So they get a small percentage of the sales, and then we rent space. And so there will be in Bartlesville, a place that Monday through Friday, actually, I'm sorry, it's Tuesday through Saturday. You can go there and purchase your Project Tribute stuff.
Nice.
And so that'll be open, because that was one of the hard things, is that we've got day jobs, we're volunteers, and so we never had it as easily accessible. So you'll now be able to buy Project Tribute shirts here in Bartlesville, and then you'll also be able to buy them in Tulsa at Okie Overland.
Nice.
Then we have the website, which is the Shop Overland Apparel, and it's connected to our website, projecttribute.com. And beyond our shirts, that's a key way that we fundraise. Yep. The other way is donating.
Yes.
And how do you donate?
If you'd like to donate to the Project Tribute Foundation, please text donate to 918-856-3977. Doing that helps us provide first responders with life-saving gear, equipment, training, peer support, and more. So please, for less than your Starbucks, we can provide life-saving gear for first responders. So hit that up. Check out projecttribute.com. See some of the other ways you can support us, like John was saying, through the apparel and stuff like that. And yeah.
Awesome. So Boyd is Boyd Mayo. He's watching with us. He sent me a text. So we'll get that. So I guess I typed in there let's see here. So I think I put flags for Heroes, and it should actually be the flags for Warriors Banquet. So we'll get that. I'll get that edited. he started the Flags for Warriors, and then what we're going to do is it's not official yet. We haven't had a venue and all that stuff, but we're trying to plan a banquet where we can honor some veterans and do that as kind of an end of the year recap for Project Tribute Foundation as well. So the Flags for Warriors group, they are now I don't know if they're official yet, but they're becoming a for-profit, lack of a better term, business or an LLC. And so that's just a great partnership that we're developing. And it's just a way to keep Boyd's dream going. So him and his wife have been running a nonprofit that then it's a tough world out there. And so wanted to, hey, let's keep your vision alive and envelop that. So in December, we're going to be doing that. So some other events we've got. So right now you can get shirts at Okie Overland. And then starting this weekend on the 10th, you can get your shirts over at the boutique. And then on April 20th will be the BPD block party. Typically they do that in the community center here in Bartlesville, that parking lot area. So I don't know exactly where we're going to be, but it'll be somewhere in that area. May 4th, big one here, Heroes Market. So we've got, I think there's about 7 or 8 vendors signed up so far, and then about 10 Jeeps. So if you are a Jeeper wanting to just have your Jeep displayed, there is a pre-registration, but you can also just do it whenever you get here. We'll have card readers and all that stuff ready for you. And then there will be various craft vendors. We'll have our shirts, and I've got the shirt that I'm wearing is new. We'll have that available.
And it's a hot commodity right now.
It
might run out before we even get there. So
they definitely
you want one,
they sold it quick. That's for sure. And then let's see here. So then
April 27th actually will be at the Smoke and Guns.
I forgot about that.
At the BOK Center.
And
there we'll have a mobile table and we'll be taking donations and we'll have some shirt sales, but not too many.
It'll be one shirt.
One shirt.
One
kind of shirt. If you want to find out.
Just bring one.
Oh, just one. So you're all gonna have to fight over it.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
That's fun. So
the fight before the fight.
So maybe you have to make a donation to be a part of the fight, and then maybe after the event we can just shove everybody in.
Well, and then the boss level to win the shirt is the Tulsa Women on Fire. Like those gals will. I mean, they are tough women. And so last year we got to have our booth right next to them. If you guys aren't familiar with that group, that's another phenomenal group where they fundraise, and it's going to be children that have burn victims. And so their funding goes to Hydrants of Hope, but these are real deal firefighters. These ladies do the work. So to win our shirt, you got to beat one of them too.
So you're not going to win the shirt.
No. Sorry.
But anyway, we will be there with some shirts, and so come see us out there. That'll be a fun event, I think.
So April 27th, the Smoking Guns, and that's over at the BOK Center, and that's a Saturday. And then we've got May 4th, Heroes Market. June 1st is the poker run. I saw James Brown had the liability waiver. I saw that this week. So he's diligently working on that. So we don't have the route yet. It'll be in the Bartlesville area, but next time I can catch James, we'll get figured out when we'll have the route posted. And that is available to all vehicles. So whether you're a motorcycle, Jeep, Gladiator, truck, shoes, I don't care.
Toyota Sequoia?
No.
Ooh.
No Toyotas.
What if I bring a scooter?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
I see those little
but it's got to have the visor that's only half. Like that. It can't be a cool helmet. It's got to be a helmet with the half visor. I want to see mouth.
Don't anybody clip that.
Fair enough.
Anyways.
So then June 12th, we'll be at the SWAT competition. I think that's over at Stillwater. And then August.
Oh, I was going to interrupt you. We will also be, I forgot about this one, but we'll also be at the Bartlesville PD. Where'd it go?
If you say block party, that's April 20th.
Yeah, block party.
I already said that.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. I'm not listening.
Fired. Okay, so August 17th, Baxter Springs Jeep Invasion. Baxter Springs is also where the movie Cars was featured, or not featured, inspired.
It was the inspiration.
There you go.
Of a movie about talking cars.
And then we're gonna be October 18th, Okie Jeep Jam in Muskogee. Yeah. November bake sale. We're gonna try to do a bake sale actually in November and December. And then the Flags for Warriors. And I'll fix that whenever we get off the live. It says Flags for Heroes, so my bad on that. And then shirts and retail. I think that's kind of the main stuff on what's coming up. But the exciting news, we did have Life 18 happen, and actually it happened Monday in that post-storm call-outs. Life number 18 happened over in Dewey. We're not going to share the details, but happened to hear the call come out on the scanner, and then I recognized the officer's voice that responded and was able to reach out and say, hey, would you consider that? Was that some of our gear? And it was. And so then that was Life number 18 saved. And so we're now at 18 lives saved. July 27th, burial mounds. I got to get that on there. I'm sorry, Miss Susie. Oh, Susie, I need to reach out to you. I've got a question for you on Pawnee. So I'll give you a holler at some point. All right. So July 27th, burial mounds. What's that event? What's the name of that one? We'll give you a second to type that. I think it's your summer running gun, isn't it? So I'm going to write that down and then we'll see if I'm wrong. Hey, also I learned something else. Check this out. So if I click where's the mouse? Bryce, look up. So if I click it, it goes boom. It shows.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you're on the supporter page, that's what we see is just Facebook user summer team event. That's right. Oh, that's right. So that's pretty exciting. What they were talking about doing is instead of it being an individual event over at Burial Mounds, it's a team. And they were kind of trying to figure, they went to another shooting competition and watched and they participated. And I feel like it was in Nevada or Arizona. Somewhere hot. And that's one of the things that's exciting about the Burial Mound family is that they're always checking out what other folks are doing to see, can we bring that back here and be innovators and learn. So if you guys haven't checked out the Burial Mounds, they've been phenomenal supporters of Project Tribute. And they're just stewards of their community overall. And it's not in Pawnee. They're laying out by Pawnee. So the McAllister family, they host these phenomenal events, and then you've got barbecue, and it's one of my favorite events to attend. They just take care of us.
Sorry, so I was just trying to see who was saying what on there.
Oh, you're good. I guarantee it's Susie.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah. There you go. So Burial Mound Shooting Center, we'll get you guys tagged on there as well. But so their events, you go on their website and you can go pre and register for their events. And to me, it can seem intimidating to think about, let's go do a run and gun. I've never done one. I've not experienced. If you ever had any interest in doing a shooting event whatsoever in your entire life, that's the place to do it at. And the reason being, who says what?
Say what?
Say what? But the culture of that entire facility is all about supporting every single, I'm not even going to call them competitor. It's just every single person that's on their property, you're going to get taken care of. As long as you follow their basic safety rules, you will be treated with the utmost respect. And I love how there's plenty of folks that go that have never done it before, and they are cheered the entire way. The family just truly welcomes them into the Burial Mounds community. So if you've never done a run and gun, or if you've ever wanted to do any kind of shooting competition, that's the place to try it out at.
Mr. John McAllister says what?
Hey, Mr. John McAllister. Oh, we got both of them in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. So July 27th, Burial Mounds. We'll get you. So we've got you. I'll add that to our GroupMe calendar as well. And then, so Life 18. So that was pretty exciting. And then the other huge news is Vanguard.
Vanguard.
So I'm watching, brother. I appreciate you. I say good things. So the two questions I've been asked, what happened to Tribute? So Patriot Auto Group, they were incredibly generous, and just they replaced the motor free of charge to me and got it all up and running. So Tribute is operational. She is still high mileage though. And so at the same time of Tribute becoming operational, the Glover family, so Jared Glover really spearheaded it, but it was Jared Glover and Mike over at Glover Customs, and the whole Glover family they just took it and said, let's get you in a reliable vehicle that's gonna take you into the next, hopefully I can drive that for the next 10 to 15 years and be set.
Yeah.
So Vanguard is a 2023 Gladiator that I financed the vehicle, and then the Glover family decked it out, and they financed some of that. I mean, they donated a lot of the gear or the expense of the labor, all that stuff on their own. So I just can't thank them enough. I can't thank the Glover family for they put thousands into that. So if you're watching, thank you guys. We were able to participate today in a Jeep event, and I couldn't have done it without your help and your support. So why Vanguard? Vanguard is the definition is about being in the front lines, or the first to do it. And so that's something that when Bryce and I are looking at ideas or looking at concepts, for the most part, we're paving a way that no one's done before. So that's why we picked Vanguard, because it's what we're doing. It's with that Jeep, I'm able to be right out there doing something that somebody hasn't done before. So I feel like there was something else I wrote down so we've got, shout out to Jared Cook. So the shop, Overland Apparel. Jared's been throwing down some great shirt designs. They're going to be over at the Moore Expo, and they make shirts on site. And so some of the shirts that they're going to be making on site, if you go to the Moore Expo, if you want a Project Tribute shirt and you're going to be at the Moore Expo, they can actually make you one for you while you're there.
Dang. So custom. Wow.
I mean, it's custom. It's going to be like our pre-designed templates and all that stuff. But so that's one of the things that they do is that they've got all the vendors that they support, or the companies they support. And you can say, hey, I want that shirt, and they'll press it real quick for you.
Hot off the press. Literally.
Nice.
So
that's a pretty neat opportunity. And then you might be seeing us. Okie Overland sent me a list of all the events that they're going to be at, and they've invited us to tag along. So trying to get that. I've got the email, so I'm going to get that opened up with Bryce, and we'll start planning out the rest of our year. So we've got a lot coming up. So if you're interested, we'll also put the GroupMe chat link, I guess, onto this. And then you just go on there, and we'll put all the dates that we're going to be places, and probably should do some Facebook event pages for those too. That way we can just say, hey, here's where we're at.
For sure.
So what else?
I think that's about it. I think that wraps it up.
Yep. So one of the things this week, we've got 3 departments I'm going to be reaching out to do deliveries for. We've got all their supplies on hand. And 2 of those were thanks to Jan and Bruce Colgate. So we'll take photos and get those out. And then another department was funded. Trying to think I don't remember who the funder was. Well, we'll figure that one out. It was a anonymous donation. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was in memory of a Tecumseh officer that passed in the line of duty for Krebs. So I'm going to be reaching out to those. I've got all their gear on hand. And so Krebs will be reaching out to you. And then I think it's Newkirk and one other that will reach out and get scheduled deliveries.
Sweet.
So, what else?
I think that's it.
Okay. So Susie and John, I'll be giving you guys a holler. And then I think that's it for today.
I can't think of anything else crazy that happened. If you missed my experience, our experience with our first tornado as adults, you should go back and listen to the beginning of the podcast. My loss is your gain. It's kind of funny for some people, apparently.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
I haven't developed into the Oklahomian that sits outside on their front porch and just watches as the tornado approaches.
So my pre-tornado, like I sat on the truck bed and smoked 2 cigars as I watched the storm come through. And like there's the rain that you can smoke a cigar in, and we were in that. And then my neighbor came over and he was like, "This is gonna get bad." I'm like, "No, it's wind's not even blowing right now. It's when you see hail, that's when you got a problem."
Yeah.
And
that never even came. I didn't see any hail.
My side of town we saw a little bit because the tornado was a mile from us.
Okay, well, they were saying like tennis ball size. Like,
oh no, Coffeyville
really
pounded.
Oh no way.
Yeah, like in have you seen like the tennis ball hail? It's not a round ball.
Oh,
it's a round ball with spikes.
Oh no.
I mean it's like a mace. Like I mean Yeah, I saw several photos of just houses just pummeled.
Look out.
Yeah. So it did happen, but not here. But yeah, so like I was just out.
Like the tornado, apparently. I mean, it wasn't here, but I thought it was.
No, you got to get the radar app, and you're looking for the hook. I mean, there's probably some color coding in there, but I'm deficient. So yeah. So
well, it was definitely a good reminder for us. Like, we need to get our plans in place, because it happened to me and my wife just stopped and we're like, yeah, is this it? Like, is this happening?
This is happening.
Yeah. That's what that means.
So a couple, like my kid brought up, we're usually on the porch. See, exactly, and they got. I'm learning, because the one that went over in their area was a good one.
Oh, see, ours. I mean, it was pitch black outside. So
yeah, but we can. That's what. So you go out and you can only see it. Have you watched Twister?
Yeah, that was funny. I watched it. I watched it for the first time, maybe a month or two ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was kind of rough, but it was funny.
Really?
Oh, it's so cheesy.
Yeah, it is. Okay,
it's okay, like that's the concept was kind of cool, and like the tornadoes and stuff were neat, but it was. So I had a rough time with the cheese.
I always make the mistake of watching Jeepers Creepers. Before going hunting or camping. It's the worst movie to do. Like, because the thing just like, whoop, and then they're gone, and then they get eaten. It's I think that I think that they're remaking, or they're
remaking. Yeah, I heard that too. They're remaking Twister.
Okay, so you watched the original with Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill Paxton. I miss him.
Yeah. No. He's probably done better movies.
I mean, he's done a lot of movies. It's Bill Paxton.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's not judge Bill Paxton for Twister.
I'm not judging him. If anything, I'd be judging the director a little bit more. Like, come on, man, look at it. You're gonna look at this guy and say, yeah, that's perfect.
I feel like he may have been.
Oh,
I'm not. I don't know. Because that was later in his career. He may have been in charge of that.
Yeah. Well, it's like one of those movies where you're watching and they're just like, come on, man, we can do this together.
Captain Planet.
yeah. That's the vibe I got.
Okay,
I like the concept, and it was a good movie, but the cheese was strong with that one.
Don't use a fan belt you find in a barn to attach yourself to a pipe in that same barn. That fan belt's been there for a while, and you're gonna die. So yeah, don't do that. The lowest place in your house, center of your house. There is an old wives' tale about opening all your windows. You don't need to do that.
I thought I heard the opposite, that you're not supposed to open. You're supposed to close all your windows.
It doesn't. I don't think it matters. But so the whole concept was that like the pressure makes your house explode.
They act like the tornado's gonna be like, oh, they got a window open. I can get in now.
Yeah, I mean, we're not smiting people based on windows open or not. I mean, it's you have to go. Did you put the pennies on the door? Because if you didn't, you're dead.
Pennies on the door.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, okay, you're dead.
Oh man.
So, but the this is going south quick. This is how we get banned. So
the pennies on your door.
But the lowest, we're trying to save lives here. So the lowest area of your house and the center of your house. But like
just lay on the floor in the middle of your house.
The other no-nos, never go to an overpass.
I heard that one.
Okay. So like if you have an overpass or a ditch, go to the ditch.
I was thinking, sorry, this is kind of not off topic, but kind of off topic. But in the Superman movie, don't they go directly for an overpass?
They do. Yeah. They were with Superman.
I have problems with that particular portion of the movie.
Well, I mean, they also killed Kevin Costner. That's a sin. No,
that's what he did.
Oh yeah, like
his son is Superman, and he's like, "No, don't save me."
Yeah, like
you're telling me he couldn't just like run over there and it like on camera, it just couldn't look like a heroic moment.
Budget cuts.
It's a miracle.
They would have had to pay him more.
That's true.
I mean, like that was a budget decision. That had nothing else to do with anything else.
Every minute of Kevin Costner.
Superman's dad in the history of Superman did not die in a tornado. I don't think so. I never read the comic
Especially
books.
Not a tornado he could have saved him from.
Yeah, and they all died in the overpass. Yeah, don't go to the overpass. And also don't stop and hail at an overpass in the road.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I mean, I guess in the movie that's kind of the only option they had.
But if you do that, leave a Google review.
Oh no.
Too soon?
Yeah. overpass, not sturdy enough. Not sure where I am now.
Yeah. Leave a Google review because those get you lots of content.
Inside jokes.
Oh man. Alrighty. What else? So tornado safety, definitely be weather aware and understand how to read a radar.
Don't be like me and hop on Facebook last minute and ask what's going on.
He really did. It's all right. Somebody earlier today, somebody asked, does anyone know? I'm hearing lots of sirens or whatever, and it's either Billy or Jacob Cox. Almost always are chiming in, and what they say is always phenomenal. And so Jacob said, somebody asked, does anyone hear what's going on with the sirens? And he just said yes.
They're probably just testing them.
Yeah. So he just gets that one word, like, yeah, I know what's going on. The end, because he's driving. Yeah, he's in it.
That's funny.
And so then I have to ask him, was it wee woo or ooh ah? So
we have to know.
Yeah,
the public needs answers.
I need to get both of them in here during a live sometime.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Good Lord, that would be. Oh, yeah. All righty. Okay, so tomorrow or Monday, we've got. I guess tonight we've got strong storms coming through, and then Monday's the eclipse.
The eclipse.
So if
are you ready to get raptured? Because everyone else is. Or is it?
We got dark quick.
Well, that's what everybody's saying. That's like the going thing is like, have you heard any of that?
So
people are talking like it's a big like a biblical thing.
It was so in talking with the refuge guys, it was pretty interesting. They had a safety briefing with the National Guard and all that, and they were warning them like, you're about to have 17,000 people hit this town.
Yeah, that part is true. Like that, there's no
you've been to Spyro. 17,000 people. They have like 3 public toilets.
That's right. They were talking about that all the way back then, weren't they?
Yes.
They were ready.
And so then everyone's like, the National Guard, this is a conspiracy. It's like, no, this is a toilet problem. Like that's
we're gonna need all of your porta potties. All of them. Otherwise things are gonna get brown really quick.
We are a code brown. Simple as that. These small towns, but that's just basic facilities in these small towns. They don't. I know I keep but they don't have the facilities to handle this influx of people that will be hammering these places. And so that's why all these government agencies. So, I mean, it is going to be in the day to day. It's on you to take care of yourself. Monday really is going to be on you to take care of yourself. Like, be careful. That's not the day to like go do something wild, like Evel Knievel it, because you're going to be riding in a helicopter, not in the fun ones. But be careful. Yeah. Be weather aware, and good luck at the rapture.
Yeah. They're saying that I heard all over the place that the eclipse is supposed to go over like 6 or 7 cities called what was it? Nineveh.
Okay.
Which is it's biblical.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and then if you add up all the longitude and latitudes, the numbers are going to be an A.
Yeah. Well, they're saying it's the sign of Jonah. So I don't know. People are going pretty crazy about. Oh, I heard another thing. My wife told me. Shout out to my wife. She told me about this.
Is this the moment that we get canned?
No, it's not that bad.
Okay.
It's bad, but it's not bad. So somebody, I think there was a news story about Super 8 and like the motel and their prices, what they typically are and what they set them at for the eclipse in the areas that it's going to be happening in. I think I want to say it was one in Texas. I'm not 100%, but it was one of them. So prior to whatever was going on.
Why is it always Texas?
I don't know. But prior to whatever was going on, their prices are like $80 a night, which I think is still a lot for a Super 8.
Yeah.
But the news, the forecast, or not the forecaster. No, that's a different story. Not the forecaster. The forecaster lied about the tornadoes, but that's separate. No, the news reporter
still bitter about that.
Yeah. The news reporter said that prior to the eclipse news or hype, like the price was like $80 a night. And then they went and they looked like now, like if you go to book in that same hotel now, $900, like over $900, like almost $1,000 for a night in the hotel.
Wow. Well, and I bet that's going to be the computerized systems. Like
probably they see all the demand and they're like, yep, we're about to hit the jackpot, guys, for all these people that want to see the eclipse.
I got a truck bed.
So how do you feel after you pay $1,000 for a hotel room to see the eclipse? Like 3 hours after the eclipse is done, and you're just kind of sitting there and like,
here, man, I got this.
Uh-oh.
Eclipse. $1,000 spent. How do you feel? Because that's what it is. Like the lights go out. That's it. For just a little bit, the lights go out.
Oh no. There's some people that they're gonna need some help after this.
Yeah. That's all that happened. Like
know.
This has happened before, folks.
It has. I see what people are saying, because there's a lot of whispering that Jesus is coming back, which I agree with.
Okay.
He's coming back, and I think there's a lot of signs to prove that he is. But point being, I don't know that I would hinge everything on just this eclipse happening. But that's just my personal opinion.
This is either Don't Look Up or Idiocracy happening Monday. That's
Idiocracy's already been happening. That's a thing for sure.
It's got electrolytes.
It's got electrolytes.
Brondo's got electrolytes.
Oh yeah.
Idiocracy, like that's
yeah.
Alrighty. I
think else?
I don't know.
I was just kind of shooting stuff off the top of my head.
So Monday, be careful. Be weather aware throughout the rest of March. March is over. Throughout the rest of spring. Eclipse Monday, so definitely pay attention to where you're traveling, because it could get jam packed real quick.
We should be able to see it, yeah.
Yeah,
Bartlesville's not the full brunt of it, but a little bit.
98%. How much do you need?
That's true.
I mean, so just be careful when you're driving around. Pay attention to what time the eclipse, because they're pretty accurate with that.
I'm trying to remember. I want to say I saw here it'd be somewhere like start at noon and end at 3-ish.
It's 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. At least I think what was it? It's like
because
it kind of
because
they with the Earth's rotation and stuff happens and things move,
but it's flat.
No. Oh boy. No, now we get fact checked.
So yeah, I mean, definitely just pay attention.
Yeah.
Be careful. Have a great rest of your evening tonight. If you guys are watching this later, God help you. There's so much to unwrap here. But I really appreciate everybody here. And again, shout out to Okie Overland, Flags for Heroes, Flags for Warriors. Man, I keep doing that. Flags for Warriors. And then we've got the what is it? The Wild River.
Wild River Boutique.
Wild River Boutique. And then Shop Overland Apparel. Then again, Jared Glover, the Glover Auto Group. All the work was done over at the one in Owasso. And then the Glover Customs, Mike over at Glover Customs. If you guys are needing work done, they're great. Okie Overland is another great shop to use as well. Trying to think. I feel like I'm missing. Oh, Kryptonite Customs. They're the ones that did the wrap. They did. Jake over at Kryptonite did phenomenal. If I missed you, it was not intentional, but guys, everyone that was involved in helping Project Tribute, in our last 4 years, I cannot thank you guys enough. So really appreciate you. So much more to come, but we're excited. We've got now 18 lives saved under our belt, $240,000 of gear and counting, and we could not do that without you all, your support and your continued tolerance of us. So definitely appreciate you guys. If you're watching this, little things that you can do to help, share that we share our pages. You can also leave kind Google reviews, not about my bad driving,
right?
And then Facebook reviews. There's lots of free ways that you can help us be seen by people. And then there's also the donating way, where you can buy shirts. So to donate, Bryce, one more time to close her out.
If you want to donate to the Project Tribute Foundation, please text donate to 918-856-3977. And, if you can throw $5, $10 a month at us, that helps us tremendously provide gear, equipment, training, and peer support to first responders.
Absolutely. All righty, guys. Really appreciate you. As you watch this, if you will do us another favor, whatever time you start watching this, if you'll just type in the comments, hey, I watched this Saturday at 7 p.m. We're trying to figure out the best time that works for our viewers, of what time you guys would like. If Bryce and I need to start showing up at 3 a.m. to catch everyone's attention. We will.
Yes. We might be less funny than we normally are.
I feel like it would be more.
Well, we're not funny already.
That's true.
Funny looking. I'm funny looking.
Waka, waka, waka. Alrighty, guys. Thank you. Bryce, thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good night. In stream.